Hey guys, it's me. Welcome back to Life Learning. I know I haven't been posting in a while, but I've been really busy here at WGU. This video is to talk about my first term one. Term one's almost over for me, and I'd like to share with you some of the classes that I've taken, some things that maybe you can be aware of. I have something to share with you that if you're interested, and some other fun stuff. So some term one questions that you maybe have. I've finished, so far, I'm like on my 9th class. So I've finished 8 classes and I'm almost done with my 9th one. I'm hoping to finish my 9th one by March 15th because that's the day, the big day that you should have just turn in all your stuff. It may take a couple days for the evaluators to grade everything, and I have some requirements that I need to do before term 2 starts, which is April 1st. So I'm trying to get everything done by the 15th, but I feel like I might be a couple days late. We'll see. My original goal was to just complete 4 or 5 classes. I really didn't expect to finish so many so quickly. But I think it's, how I managed my time, and I have a time management sheet down below that I'll link for you. It kind of looks like this that I've simply created. They have one that you can see that. They have one I can show you in a minute. They have one for you, but I didn't really like that one, and I wanted mine to be a little bit different. It really depends on the class. A lot of people will say, well, it depends on you. That's not really true for me. It really depends on the class you're taking, how many weeks you set aside for a goal, like with your mentor. So for example, a class that's familiar to you, like math. Math is very familiar to me. That should take you 2 to 3 weeks. If it's not very familiar to you, it may take you a little longer. It may take you 3 to 4 weeks. I had classes that took me 4 weeks. I mean, I really didn't know anything about it, so I really needed all the time I needed, and that's fine. You don't really have to rush yourself. I focused on, it's the progress that counts, do a little a day. I did probably 2 to 3 hours a day, which that's a pretty good goal, to be honest, because they want you to, have a goal of how many hours of work you'll do. And I did about 2 to 3. Now, some classes I was really passionate about, so I couldn't help but do 4 to 5 hours a day. And that seems like a lot, but if it's a lot for you, don't stress. You don't have to do the same number of hours I did. That's just what was comfortable for me. So it's different for everybody. So it really depends on the class itself, how many weeks you set aside for a goal to complete it, and really how well you communicate with your instructor and mentor. And I say this because your instructor is there to help you complete that course in a number of weeks. Some of my instructors came to me and were like, okay, you and your mentor decided to complete this course in 3 weeks. I have some tips for you of how to do that. This course is really for 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, but I'm going to help you narrow it kind of down. So that was really helpful. So talk to your mentor and instructor, and your mentor is really there to help you set the goal of how many weeks it should take you to finish that class. Before you complete a class, they have what's called a course planning tool, and this is really just, they kind of like test you a little bit. So it's kind of like a pre-test. They test you to ask you questions about, like I remember for my English class, they asked me research questions like, do you know how, to cite a source? Do you know how to research a topic about something? Do you know how to do in-text citations? Things like that. For math, they gave me some problems to do, and then they asked me how confident I feel about completing the class. And at the end, they grade you on experience, how much experience they think you have, and how much knowledge they think you have, and your confidence level. And I was always very confident with each class, and that really determines, your mentor looks at it and they'll decide, okay, well, you don't have much experience in this class, so it may take you a little longer. Let's go ahead and put this course down for 4 weeks. or, you know, maybe you look like you have a lot of familiarity with this class, sorry. Let's go ahead and put this down for 2 or 3 weeks. And that's really how it goes. And for me, I take that and I kind of like have like a chart on my laptop besides my planner. I have a chart on my laptop that shows all the stuff that I want to get through in the class. I use, if they have a study guide or a pacing guide is what they call it, I use that because it tells me what I can get done in a certain number of weeks. Now, some of those pacing guides are a little difficult because they'll be set at like 7 weeks. And I'm like, I have to finish this course in 3 to 4 weeks. So how is this going to work? So I just try and like narrow it down myself. I use my instructor to help. But I also kind of use myself and I tell myself, okay, what can I get done on this day? What do you think I can get done on this day? And then I put it into my planner. If I feel like I haven't, you know, wasn't able to finish everything, I move it to the next day. And that's really how I planned this out. And I think that's really, really worked for me. I think it's allowed me to finish quicker than I ever expected to, or finish within that time frame that I was given. 6 months exactly. So I started on October 1st and I'm ending it in March 31st. And then term 2 will pick up April 1st all the way, I think it's September? Yeah, September 31st, yeah, whatever. Anyway, it's term 2. So term 1, really 6 months. And again, don't rush yourself. You have plenty of time. Like, I didn't realize how much time I had. I've been to different universities before and their term was like 5 months or something like that because, you know, they have breaks and holidays. With this, you don't have breaks and holidays. Now, when Christmas came around, I did set aside, you know, 4 days for me to have off because I felt like that was enough. New Year's, I set aside like a day or 2. And that's really how much I needed, you know. For holidays, you can set aside times for yourself to have off, whatever goes with you. But I wouldn't schedule like a week off. I am getting some time off to myself or after I finish this last course because I have a few weeks before my next term. So I will have like a break, and which is good because I've worked so hard. I deserve a mental break for a little bit before I go to my next term. But again, don't rush yourself. You know, talk to your mentor and you should do what feels right for you. I meet with my mentor every week for now, but in term 2, I hear that I'll be meeting with her every 2 weeks. And I think it's because when you first start out, you need as much help as you can possibly get. You know, you don't know everything, you don't know the routine of things, you know, you're just getting started. So it's understandable that you need your mentor to talk to you every week. And they want to make sure that, you know, you're doing well, mentally, physically, and emotionally as well. My mentor always asks me, am I doing really good in health, you know, because of COVID and everything, and, you know, whatnot. So that really, I think, is really appreciative and really nice of her to take interest. But also she's concerned about how's the class going, what have you done so far, what do you think you can accomplish in the next week, that sort of thing. So it really just depends on, you know, your mentor. And every mentor is different. But I'm really blessed that I got a really nice mentor, and I hope that you guys too get one too. And my meetings are usually by phone. The first meeting was face-to-face on the computer, but the rest of those meetings were like 15 minutes, and they were just like a weekly check-in sort of thing. You know, that's it. She also asked if I had any questions for her, and they have like a little app that you can go to send a text to your instructor or your mentor at any given time, and that's a lot quicker. So, you know, if I wasn't gonna make it to a meeting, I would tell her, hey, here's the reason why, we'll have to meet up at a different time, you know, and I text her. Or I have a last minute question that, you know, I needed help on and I didn't feel like I had the time to schedule an appointment, I would just text her. But they do require you to at least have one meeting every week. So portal I will show you at the end of this video of what it looks like, but the student portal basically has like all your classes listed. It has like how many weeks you have left. For right now, it's how many days I have left. It has like an area where your mentor is, and then you can like click to like schedule an appointment with them. It has like drop down menus of like all the student success centers that they use. They have like your degree plan, which you and your mentor will use to plan for the next course, or you can kind of see future classes that you'll be taking, which is really nice. So at the end of the video, I will show you. Very helpful so far. They're very interested in really helping you pass the class. I mean, I've had many university professors before at, you know, face-to-face universities, and I can't tell you how much I enjoy talking to instructors. They are just so super helpful. Everyone's different, that's still true, but I think they're really interested in helping you pass. A lot of my instructors like gave me lots of tips. They would give me things through email, which was so super helpful. You know, they would ask me, you know, what are my goals, my expectations for the course. Just very, very helpful, very, very energetic, very interactive with you, really want to help you succeed, which is really amazing and nice, because that's a different experience, and it's just one of the reasons why I love this program. I was a little nervous at first because there's a proctor that will basically watch you. You don't really see the proctor. I've never seen any of my proctors. They do require you to buy a camera, and I actually have it with me right here. So this is the camera, and so it sticks into my laptop, and I like put it off to the side, and I have to kind of adjust it. Now there's some procedures to go through before I get to take my objective assessment. So the proctor will want to see my desk. I always clear my desk of everything, including like my pencils and pens and whatnot. The only thing that you're allowed to have on your desk is a whiteboard, which has to be blank all the way. I think I have, yes, I do, I have it. Here's my whiteboard. This was actually given to me, I think, in a welcome pack, because I didn't use the whiteboard that came with this. And don't worry, they give you instructions of what kind of, they give you like several different cameras that you can choose from. This was the cheapest. This was like $60. I did not choose the expensive ones because I was thinking to myself, I don't have that kind of money. But if you want like a nicer camera, I guess it's fine. It works pretty well for me. So it came with a different whiteboard that I thought was just too flimsy, and WGU actually sent me like a welcome package with this in here. So I've used this one ever since because it's more durable. You're also allowed to have a calculator. They have a list of approved calculators. The one that I have found that is absolutely helpful, especially when it comes to if you're taking math for elementary education, I have the TI-36X Pro. It looks like this. It's really, really helpful to do a lot of stuff that was on my math exam, I should say, and it was just super helpful. So you're allowed to have a whiteboard, approved calculator, your camera, your laptop, no phones, although sometimes you might have a proctor that will want your phone out but turned off. You can have a glass of water, but it has to be in a clear glass. It can't be in like a plastic colored cup or something. You are allowed to take breaks. However, if you do decide to take like a 10-minute break, you can't really like leave the room. But if you have to go to the bathroom, you can just tell them, I'm going to the bathroom, but I'm coming back, you know. If you do decide to take a break, it really like, they won't allow you to go back. So if you feel like you're on question number 16 and you feel like, I need to use the bathroom real quickly, or I'd like to stretch a little bit, go back and review your answers all the way up to 16, because after you take that break, you won't be able to go back past that question. So just keep that in mind. I've never really taken a break. I never felt like I had the need to. I just, you know, did everything. I used the bathroom before it all. I stretched, you know, I did like some yoga before doing my objective assessment. Ate my breakfast, ate like a healthy breakfast, you know, got lots of sleep, you know, all the regular study tips for taking an exam. I did all of that. I just felt like when I was taking my exam, I didn't really want to take a break. I just wanted to get through it and pass it and move on to the next class as soon as possible, you know. It wasn't that bad. The proctor will ask you to see your government ID. And then that's really it. After they do all that, oh, they do want to they want to see your desk area. So I kind of like pointed it to my desk. They will want to see your room. So you kind of do like a 360-degree rotation. And then that's basically it. And then you have to like agree to certain things, and then you take your exam. And when I would take my exams, you get to schedule your exam whenever you want. I have seen exam times like middle of the night, midnight, early in the morning, like 1 a.m. So it's like 24/7. You can schedule your exam. It's really nice. I'm in the education college. I really did like writing papers. I'll go through each class again and describe what they had me do and what they might have you do. But it was really, really simple. I'm really used to writing papers as it is, so I didn't feel like it was that difficult. But if you feel like you may struggle a little bit, I really recommend you go to the Writing Center. They have a lot of helpful videos. They actually have lots of live cohort sessions about like writing tips, basic writing tips that I find super helpful. And again, if you just need to talk with one of their tutors, they'll be happy to, you know, do that. That's basically all the performance assessments I've done. I don't really know how many I've done exactly, but I know it's been a lot. What motivates me? When I finish a class, I really get a lot of support. I get support immediately from my mentor. She like emails me like, woohoo, you passed, yay. What really motivates me is to finish a class and do the next class. I don't know about you, but I really get excited to go to the next class. I guess it's just a teacher thing, I don't know, but I just really get excited to go to a next class. I'm excited to learn something new. I often try and take away something from each class. For example, the health and wellness class, I started, you know, learning about portion control, and I started like cutting back a little bit, and that's really helped me because I didn't really know so much, and that class really helped me celebrate. Whether it's renting a movie, buying a new book, going out with friends, or, you know, going out to eat, just give yourself a little reward. I know that really motivates me. Also, I think what really motivated me was I have a WGU Teachers College roadmap that I will show you in a sec, and it really like helps me to like, you know, motivate me. Like, oh my gosh, look how much I've accomplished so far. It's amazing. Really well. I got a lot done. As I said, I really completed a lot more than I ever expected to accomplish. I've been really impressed by the level of professionalism that the instructors and that my mentor have shown. I'm pulling this out. I've also won two awards. This is for my survey of United States history, and this was Introduction to Humanities. WGU does give you awards for certain things that you do. I think it's mostly for performance assessments. So a paper that I had to write for Introduction to Humanities, I went above and beyond. I wrote really well, and they really liked it. So my paper, out of the thousands of papers that get picked or get evaluated every day based on that class, me and I'm sure a few other people got picked for an award. So it was really nice. That really motivated me. Then I got another award for Survey of United States History. And again, I just went the extra mile. My evaluator was really impressed by my work. And each evaluator is different. You don't get the same evaluator. I never know who I'm getting, but this evaluator really liked what I wrote and really nominated me for an award. So I'm excited. Yay, I got 2 awards, and my family's been very proud of me. If you have any more questions, please feel free to comment below, and I will do my best to answer them for you. The next video, part 2, is going to talk about the classes that I've taken so far. And I think this will really help you if you're interested and you might be taking some of these classes. It'll really help you like what to expect, and I have some tips for you guys as well. All right, last but not least, I told you I would show you some things. So this is my WGU Teachers College Roadmap. This is something I've created myself. I saw a lot of people doing this sort of thing, and I just decided I wanted one. So I created one to fit my personal needs. So I can link this down below. You can like export it to like a Word document and change it. If you're in a different college, that's totally fine. You can also edit the text, but it will be in PDF form once you first download it. It's not labeled or anything, and I like that because everybody's classes are different. I had some people who like had it all filled out, but the problem is I didn't really complete that class in that order, and not everyone does. So this really helps you to customize it to your needs. All right, and last but not least, this is my student portal. I apologize if there's any glares on this. I'm trying to make sure that my camera is focusing as much as possible. But this is all the courses that I've taken. So here you can see my orientation. There's no credit for orientation, but it is nice to know that I passed because there's a little green button and it says pass for performance. The O stands for objective assessment. The P stands for performance assessment. And this is the number of credits that each class is worth. So for my health and fitness wellness class, it was 4 credits. Orientation, of course, was none. My English course is 3. This is some important news information. At the top is my mentor. This is where I can email her, schedule an appointment. Here is where it used to say weeks left, but I'm in days right now, so this is what it says. This is how many units I've completed and how many I have remaining of the term, and this is like my overall progress. This is just an estimate of when I will graduate, but don't be alarmed when yours says like, oh my gosh, it's going to take you 6 years. No, this is just, you know, a planned estimate, but it hasn't really taken into account all the progress that I've done, so that's why it says this. I'm going to go to my degree plan to show you guys what this looks like. Okay, so here are all the courses I've finished. This little lock button means that I have registered for this course and I'm currently taking it. So at the beginning of a course, it'll show you how many weeks you have to complete a course. And then once you finish a course, it'll just end with the end date. These are all the future classes that I will be hopefully taking, and the WGU roadmap that I have provided includes all the classes except orientation. Well guys, thank you so much for watching with me. Don't forget to do part 2. I think you'll really benefit from that video. Also stay tuned for more videos and have a great day.